Um. So yeah, let's go over it, guys. So here's their awesome light and heavy attacks change. Let's get to the meat of it. Let's get to the meat of it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is all light, medium, and heavy attacks now scale with your highest offensive stats. Who's coming in? Mad Hatter Gaming. Welcome in. Thank you so much. So this first change is actually a good one. You know? Light and heavy attacks always scaling with the highest offensive stat is really nice. That makes more builds possible. So I like that. That's a good one. Keep that. So then all weapon-based light attacks will restore 200 stamina or magicka, depending on the type of weapon that you use. I don't know. Probably not. I think this is a stupid change. I don't think this is a good change, to be honest. This is just, I don't know. Free sustain, I'm not a fan. At least not 200. Make it 100, make it 50, make it 75 or something. Not 200. This is too easy to just spam light attacks. Just spam light attacks. And here's the thing. You can always spam light attacks in between skills, in between dodge rolls. It's like way easier to do that than to actually do a heavy attack, which you will see down here. Heavy attacks no longer restore any resources. So you basically get rewarded for just being a light attack spammer instead of like being rewarded of working out a time frame to do a heavy attack in like a combat situation. Because that's not always possible. If you have a lot of people on you, if you're 1vxing, it's not always possible to do a fully charged heavy attack to get resources back. If you're taking a lot of pressure, sometimes that's not in there. So people who can actually get a heavy attack off are getting rewarded. And people who can't do that, you know, they just lose the fight. But now, like, everyone just does light attacks, which is easy. And that's kind of, I don't know. Not a fan. Not a fan. Let's just ignore this stuff here. This basically just says that, you know, stamina weapons give stamina, magicka weapons give magicka, like the way it is now. This is also kind of a thingy here. So if you just spam light attacks, the actual resource return goes up to 1,000 apparently, which is crazy anyway. So you just spam and you get 1,000 magicka or stamina back per light attack. Am I reading this right? This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay? It's not okay. This is like, you could just do light attack spam and that's the equivalent of like 2,000 regen. Whatever you have like as normal regen, you could just get 2,000 on top of that. Just for light attacking. Easy peasy. Guess who benefits from that? Like every ranged build. Every ranged build. Like a ganker, like a Nightblade snipe ganker, or max orcs, they will greatly benefit from that. So that's just, I don't know. I think that's stupid. Killimandros, new game releases, Last Oasis. Well, we'll see. We'll take a look. We're just going over the changes right now. Remind me later, okay? We're doing the video here. I'm gonna upload this later on. So let's go further into the changes here. So the light attack damage has been decreased by almost 80%. So that brings light attacks down to like an unusable state if you want to deal damage with them, you know. A lot of light attacks will not even hit for 1k anymore unless you really build for light attack damage. Then you might get some more out of it, but there's not even a point anymore building for light attack damage, because it's just, you know, 80% damage just out the window. I mean, I wouldn't even bother doing that anymore. The partially charged heavy attacks, the medium attacks, they will also start scaling, which is pretty nice. So the longer you hold the button, the damage, the more the damage will ramp up of your attacks, which is pretty nice, I think. So that's also a good change. You know, I would not be opposed to having that in the game. It makes sense. It should have been in the game a long time ago, so I wouldn't be mad if they implemented that. Let me see, what else do we have here? Yeah, heavy attacks. They do varying damage. I mean, that's already the case. You know, heavy attacks already do varying damage depending on you know, what kind of weapon you use. I don't know if it's depending on the cast time right now, but different weapons have like different heavy attack damage. You know, it's not always the same across the board. So yeah, so apparently they're always doing like 10% more DPS now. I don't know, just these changes. And now like the different weapon types here, dual wield, 31% more damage. I mean, dual wield, I don't know, it probably doesn't hit that hard anyway, so 31 is probably not too bad. The bow attacks 12% more, and the cast time reduced. I don't know. I don't know. It might not be bad, so this is not really something that I'm mad about. But you no longer reduce the movement speed while charging. I don't know, man. Just no. It's not super bad, but we should not have people just moving at full speed, because you can move very, very fast. You know, I can play a very fast build, and I could just channel like heavy attacks while basically just running past people. And that's not okay, I think. That's not okay. So, Sword and Board, 24% more damage and a little bit cast time reduction. I think Sword and Board already has the fastest heavy attack, so it's getting a little faster, which is not bad. I feel heavy attacks are still kind of, I don't know, still kind of clunky sometimes. So I don't mind the cast time reduction. Two-handed heavies, 62% more damage. Yes. I mean, not bad, but, you know, I don't know, 62, that's a lot. That's a lot. There could be a lot of beefy builds that could do a lot of damage with that. So, I don't know. So the resto heavy attack only takes 2 times now and then has a final damage tick. I don't know if I like that. I like the, what was it, like 4? I think it was 4 ticks, right? I kind of like that more. So, I don't know. What do we got here? Yeah, and then the final tick, like 240% more damage. That could be pretty beefy here. It could be pretty beefy. Can't you use Thunderflame and Infiltrator to hit like 8k heavies? I don't know. There's some builds that can hit very hard already, you know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So there's a 200 millisecond delay on the attack. I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. Probably the first attack, right? Because when you start channeling a heavy, there's like a little delay before the actual, like, the first tick actually hits. I think that's what they're talking about here. So, and again, the movement speed is no longer reduced. I don't think that's good. I don't think we need people like running at full speed while channeling heavy attacks. There has to be some downside, okay? There has to be some downside to doing heavy attacks. The final hit can now be dodged, and this is also kind of stupid. You know, that was like the big thing about the restoration staff, that it could not be dodged. So I like that. I don't think it should be dodgeable, but then on the other hand, like with the big beefy damage increase here, maybe it needs to be dodged. I don't know. But then again, it's so easy. Like if people just see the resto heavy coming and they just dodge it, you know, every time, because they know, oh, it's only going to take like 3 seconds for a fully charged attack. You know, it's pretty easy to avoid the thingy. So, unarmed heavy attacks, no one is unarmed. Werewolf is, yeah, Werewolf is gonna be pretty beefy. Like, Werewolf heavy attacks already hit like a truck, and yeah, they're gonna hit even harder now. 62%, that's basically the two-handed damage increase that the Werewolf gets on the heavy attacks. Oh. Pretty beefy, pretty beefy. Volendrung is gonna deal more damage. Not a lot of people use heavy attacks on Bolendrung, so you will not really see that too often. Inferno and Frost Staffs, 12% more damage, reduce the cast time by 300 milliseconds. That's not bad, but again, no longer reduce. No, come on. Let's not let's not do this. Okay? We don't want super fast people just spamming heavy attacks. That's not what we want. So there's apparently a delay. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, the lightning. Oh yeah, we're talking about the lightning staff here. So this is, they're actually talking about the channel here. So there is indeed this delay. 34% more damage on the channel and then 190 on the last one. This is gonna hit really hard. Especially like max orcs. Just setting you off balance. Getting like the 70% extra damage and then zzz, just spam that shit on you. Yeah. Prepare for some beefy max orcs just spamming you down. It's gonna happen. And of course, also prepare for super fast max orcs spamming you down with the channel. Because hey, why would you be slow, right? We could just move around at full speed. No problem. The final hit can be dodged, which is definitely good in this case. Okay, so off balance only deals 33% more damage. That's okay. Because 70%, honestly, that was a bit much. That was a bit beefy, not gonna lie. 33% is already like a fuck ton of extra damage, not gonna lie. Ivan, welcome in. You think there's gonna be a lot more changes coming? Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is just like an intermediate kind of patch. This is probably planned for the chapter DLC, and they just want to put it out because they know it's controversial, which is kind of funny, you know? Like, you have a game that's like full of bugs and the performance is not good, and there's a lot of things that actually need to be fixed. And instead of doing that, they're just working on light and heavy attack changes. And they know it's pretty controversial. That's why they put it on the PTS for testing purposes right now, so that people can give their feedback. And I mean, if you know that it's so controversial, maybe just not do it. And maybe just focus on fixing the game instead of doing stuff that people haven't been asking for. I mean, how many times do we have to say that? So yeah, and the partially charged heavy attacks no longer stun off-balance targets. So this is going to be a big change for the dizzying swing. I mean, you could just dizzy again and stun the target, but it's just going to take longer. Like the really fast, snappy dizzying into like a medium charged heavy attack is not going to work anymore. So yeah, that's changing. And of course, if you light attack an off-balance target, you get more resources back now, which is it's just dumb. This is just so dumb. Look at this. Look at this. This is no. It's like we're giving people so many resources back just for light attacking. Stop it, ZeniMax. This is stupid. Come on. Okay. Okay, so mend wounds and overload is not gonna see any changes here. Many item sets, passes, blah blah blah. Yeah, they're gonna change some item sets here. Empower. Let me see. Okay, so this, you get a flat value for the heavy attack now instead of 40% extra. I don't know if this is gonna be better or worse. Like, I don't like the empower buff anyway. I like the old empower buff way better, that gave you 20% damage to every attack following the empower buff. So yeah, the heavy attack thing is just, or the light attack thing that we have right now. I don't know what their like obsession is, like fucking with light attacks and heavy attacks, because we had that too. Like when was it, like 2 years ago, when they just started fucking with light attacks and heavy attacks and just started buffing them over some patches and nerfed them again and then buffed them again and changed some things. It's like, I don't know. They're so obsessed with like changing one thing over and over again. I don't know. So here's some item set changes. I'm not going to really go over them because, you know, well, maybe Molakena, because that one is like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So Molakena, instead of getting a lot of damage and increasing your costs right now, it is basically a damage debuff to yourself. So you lose 500 damage, but you also get 20% cost reduction. So, yeah, amazing. So if you're not planning on doing damage or healing or doing anything else that scales with weapon damage or stamina or whatever, you know, this is the set for you. If you just want to dodge roll or streak indefinitely, yeah, Molakena is going to be the set for you. This is going to be the set for every spammer. Like, his spread is probably going to do that, you know. You see, he doesn't care about damage. He just wants to spam more crystal fragments. Hard-casted crystal fragments. 20% more fragments? Yeah, sounds good, right? And then, of course, there's some people just spamming, like time stop bubbles all over the place. So, yeah, that's going to be their set. They're just going to just poke people, get the Molakena proc, and then just put time stop bubbles all over the keep. Just stopping everybody. Why not? You know, this, of course, you know, the idea is not bad. Let me say that the idea is not bad of giving a set, like introducing a set that debuffs your damage, your offensive output, but gives you like really cheap skills. But I don't think you have to change Kenna for that. Maybe put in like a new set that does that, but not Kenna, because, you know, I don't. It's such a weird thing, man. It is such a weird thing. So it's basically just for spamming, you know. If you're a Nightblade, you could just spam light attacks, proc your Kenna, get resources back, and then on top of that have 20% less costs for your cloaks and your dodge rolls and whatever else you're doing. So it's probably, you know, for Sorks and Nightblades, it's probably going to be really, really popular, like for troll builds, basically. And then, of course, there's like some other shit here. Queen's Elegance. This is like, it reduces the health, magic, or stamina cost of the next ability used by 10%. Fully charged heavy attacks increase the damage of your next direct damage attack by... This is so dumb, man. What is this? Okay, let's just move on. Okay, Dragon Knights, Molten Armaments. This is the big damage increaser for heavy attacks that DKs have. They get 50% extra damage on a heavy attack right now. This is gonna just provide like a flat 3k heavy attack increase. I don't know if this is gonna be good or not. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Because I don't know. I don't know how the math works. If you have like a flat value that your heavy attack does, and then you have another flat value that gets added to it, are they both going to be reduced by Battle Spirit? Or are they going to just be added together and then reduced by Battle Spirit once? I don't know. So this might end up being really shitty, or maybe being really good. It's hard to tell. And yeah, bound armaments basically, yeah. What does this do? Ability no longer increases the damage light attacks while slotted. This ability already provides a strong bonus, and okay, whatever. So Forceful is gonna do a flat amount. Oh no, this is gonna just do half the amount of splash damage now, because they get such a big boost on the heavy attacks here. The Resto Staff, the Destro Staff, the lightning also reduced by half. No, it's actually reduced by what? Really? They reduce it down to 25% from 100? Wow, you're losing a lot of splash damage. Losing a lot. Okay, and then the Resto Staff. They restore Magicka. Okay. I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, so you basically resto staff still restores some magicka. It's kind of weird, man. It's like this shit's all over the place. This shit's all over the place. Heavy attacks don't restore resources anymore unless you're weaving a resto staff, then you get more. You know, it's just, or unless you're wearing heavy armor, then you also get something back. This is just, I don't know, man. So everybody's gonna run heavy armor and resto staff, maybe. I don't even know if this is even worth it, you know, because the light attacks are so good right now. You just get so much resources back just from light attacking, which is easier to do than a heavy attack. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell which way it's gonna go, but I don't like these changes. I mean, look at this. So many time has been invested in changing all these things and thinking about that. Time that could have been used for actual changes that we need right now. It's stupid. I don't get it. But yeah, so heavy armor still gets some resources back. The werewolf, yeah, you get some extra stamina per light attack, which is good. The werewolf kind of needs that because like werewolf stamina sustain is kind of hard to do, especially if you want to use your werewolf skills actively. And yeah, so that's not bad, but honestly, you know, a lot of people just go for the light attack build anyway. So what else do we got here? Tenacity, the lover, the tenacity. So it restores up to 20% rather than so 20% rather than 15% now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's like there's like two things that I like, and let me find the two things that I like. This one here is something that I like. If like all light, medium, and heavy attacks scale with the highest offensive stat, that is a good thing. That is a good thing. And what was the other thing that I liked? Oh yeah, the partially charged heavy attack scaling, ramping up with the damage the longer you press the button. That's also something that I like. So yeah, that's pretty much the only two things that I think should be added to the game. The rest, no. Just a straight up no from me, Cinemax. Thanks for offering, thanks for your effort, but no, okay? Let's not do it. Let's move on. Let's fix the game before more people leave. And then, you know, because you might have heard of New World. Yeah, New World is gonna bleed the game pretty heavily, probably. So yeah, let's not scare away more players here, okay? Let's be real about things. Anyway, guys, that's the review of these light and heavy attack changes. I gave you my thoughts. You know, the whole thing is pretty whack. I don't like it. Outside of these two little changes that I just highlighted. And yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's talk about that. And if you feel anything about these changes, I can only encourage you to go to the forums and, you know, give them your feedback, because they're actually asking for feedback on this one, because they probably know it's really controversial and people are not going to like it. And it's coming at the wrong time anyway. So go to the forums, give them your feedback, let them know that you know, want to see it or maybe not want to see it. I hope you don't want to see it, because honestly, it's not good for the game. It really isn't. So yeah, that's it. That's the review. Yeah, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.